After the seaplane, the cruise and the park, we were back on road, driving our way up north towards Fairbanks.
Today is the only leisurely day that we have as tourists, because from tomorrow onwards we won't have any phone signals, we won't have any towns that we'll be able to cross. Basically we are going far away from civilization. So today we are doing what any typical tourist will do, because from tomorrow onwards we'll be very far away from the crowds.
Wearing our tourist hats, we spent the day sightseeing, shopping and picking souvenirs for home. But at the back of our minds, there was only one thought and one name: Deadhorse.
Right, good. Good shopping, that was nice. One of the most exciting moments of this journey is going to happen today. First ever group of Indian travelers will cross Arctic Circle, 66° north.
We finally hit the Dalton Highway, one of the most iconic highways in the world. 400 miles long, it is also one of the remotest highways of the world.
From here to Deadhorse is a 400-kilometer stretch known as the Dalton Highway, which is famously also known as the Haul Road, because the main purpose of this highway is to haul things from Deadhorse back to mainland America and Alaska.
The Dalton Highway slices through northern Alaska from Livingood to the oil fields of Prudhoe Bay, ending on the shores of the Arctic Ocean. Built in 1974 as the service road for the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the highway is not to be taken lightly.
Driving on the Dalton Highway, I had the most fantastic experience. I actually was quite happy to let others do the driving till we passed the Attican Pass. And I said at that time that I want to drive this on the way back. So I think it's changed me as a person. I want to do more of these trips where you can get behind the wheels and really experience the journey.
The landscape in Alaska is absolutely undescribable. It is so beautiful that it is so difficult to put it in words. It changes, the landscape changes every mile.
All along the Dalton Highway, the only thing we had for company was the 48-inch Alaskan pipeline carrying oil from the North Slope to Valdez.
After driving for a few days in Alaska, we finally reached Arctic Circle, which was an iconic landmark in our journey. There are very few people in the world who've ever driven to the Arctic Circle at 66° north, and we were one of the very few people, and I think the first ones probably from India, who actually reached that point. Excitement levels were very high. We were all very proud of ourselves.
Stop for comfort breaks and someone would pump up the bhangra on their car stereo and everyone would start dancing. I think there was just such a great energy, great vibe in the group.
On every expedition, there are few things that you can promise and that you can highlight as the main experience in the journey, and which you can make people experience. But on this journey, the highlight was actually seeing the northern lights, and that's something nobody can guarantee. But we were so lucky that during our 2 weeks in Alaska, we saw the northern lights on 4 different nights.
The Northern Lights were actually the highlights of our trip. I've never seen before. I've seen a lot of time in pictures and TV, but this was like a real experience. You have to be out there in those cold nights, 2 in the morning, but the lights would just take away. And you don't realize you have been standing there watching at it for 2 hours, and the lights are just dancing in front of you.
So the best part about Northern Lights is कि आप उसको 1 बार, 2 बार, 5 बार, 10 बार, 50 बार, कितनी बार भी स्पॉट करोगे, सेम एक्साइटमेंट रहेगी.
I think the Northern Lights is a beautiful way of thankfulness that we feel contented. It's a way of God's grace which is showered upon us by these beautiful streaming lights.
There was a change of driver in car number 4, so we're just...
Reaching Deadhorse was not going to be easy. As we neared the northernmost town of North America, the weather changed dramatically. Sunny days were replaced by fierce winds and cold temperatures. We finally reached Prudhoe Bay, and before concluding the drive at Deadhorse, we had one more stop to make: the Arctic Ocean itself. Being a high security zone, we had to leave our cars and take a shuttle to go right up to the waters of the ocean. And then we touched the Arctic Ocean. The smallest and the shallowest of the 5 oceans, Arctic is mostly covered by ice in the winters.
Reaching the Arctic Ocean is a very, very challenging task, especially when you are driving yourself. And when we got there, everybody became speechless, and we actually, all of us just sat down, crossed our legs, and we did a little bit of meditation, and we started chanting Om. I think that is the moment that I will always remember.
Inching our way towards the end of the road, we finally reached Deadhorse, the end of the Dalton Highway. For many of us, it was a long-standing dream. For others, it was an impossible task. But it surely was a goal that brought all of us together.
The prize of the Alaska Expedition 2016 was reaching Deadhorse in Prudhoe Bay. That was the moment, that was the point, the goal that every single person on the expedition was aspiring for. And we finally made it to Deadhorse.
तो Deadhorse पहुंचना for the second time in my life was like very exciting. और बाकी सब के लिए जो आए थे उनके लिए भी बहुत exciting था. And we opened the bottle of champagne and we partied a lot.
After we reached Deadhorse, everyone thought that the journey has concluded now, but we still had one last secret or a prize left, which was the cherry on top of the cake, and that was the Alaska Railroad.
Alaska Railroad is an iconic symbol of Alaska. We took the 12-hour ride in the lap of luxury, crossing the endless, magnificent landscapes of Alaska.
Sitting on the first floor where you have that glass-shaped dome from where you can enjoy the Alaskan landscape. We even got to see Mount Denali, which is a very rare sighting, while we were riding through the Denali National Park.
थोड़ी सी सैडनेस, एस्टेसी और वो सबका एक मिक्सचर था अलास्कन रेल रोड में कि एक्साइटेड भी थे कि इतनी लग्जरियस ट्रेन है और क्या व्यूज़ हैं, बहुत अच्छे से एंजॉय किया, मगर मिक्स फीलिंग्स थी कि नाउ दिस ट्रिप इज़ गोइंग टू एंड एंड नेक्स्ट टाइम हम कब मिलेंगे.
I've traveled far from the northern star since the day that I was born. From the Caribbean to New Orleans, I've been inclined to roam. And the beauty I've seen and the places I've been thought I would see no more, till I saw the lights that shine so bright in the skies of Labrador. Those northern lights that shine so bright when the air is cold and clear. The snow is bright from the pale moonlight, and silence fills the air. I cast my eyes to the sparkling skies, and I can see once more those northern lights that shine so bright in the skies of Labrador. This place I've heard in every word is far away and cold, but I have found in this beautiful town a treasure as rich as gold. Those dancing lights with their colors so bright each night as I look through my door. Those northern lights that shine so bright in the skies of Labrador.